I absolutely love doing events and being out there with the general public. But one thing it means is that I empty a lot of my studio of the original work that I have, and then I have to bring it all back in. I've already filled up space where things are supposed to go, so this is going to be a journey and a half of bringing artwork in that's never had a home in my studio and finding homes for things that I have randomly placed in other places. Hello, my name is Charlotte. Welcome to my studio in Wiltshire, and today I am packing away from an event called Marlborough Open Studios. Marlborough Open Studios, or MOS, as it's also shortened as, is an event in which in the first 4 weekends of July, artists in the Marlborough and surrounding areas open their studios in an art trail-esque sort of event, and members of the public can go in and they can see what artists have been up to as well as they're making space. It is a wonderful event to be part of, and Marlborough Open Studios does this so well, and I am very honoured to be picked from a whole load of artists to be part of this that sign up. So it's an absolute pleasure, but I now have to sort out my studio, and that's the bit I don't like doing. So join me today as I sort out everything that's currently in the living room, bring it all in here and find homes. This is going to be great. So I'm giving you the view from the hallway that comes into my studio, because you're going to see me bring everything in. I've no idea where I'm going to put it at this point. I think I might try and stack it there. I don't know. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So let the fun begin. So I'm trying to start with the bigger pieces because these are the ones that I think have a home, but at this point, who knows? So I am going to place them at the other side of the studio, because one is sold, so the canvas is sold. That's Chloe. So if you head onto my website, she's got a nice red dot, which is the symbol of sold in kind of the art world. And then I have two large framed pieces, one of which has had a lot of interest and has possibly got a collector. And so all these three pieces, because they're so large, they have to live in a particular space in my studio. So one thing I don't necessarily bargain on is the sale, or the, what do you call it? The way in which I keep my finished artwork. Because I've got so many canvases and such that I can paint on, I've got so many materials that are ready to be used, but I don't have many materials that have been used. So when I have a collection of artwork, such as the canvases, the three smaller canvases, it becomes quite difficult for me to plan where I'm going to store them, because I give them a slightly different storing technique than my unfinished works, or the works in which, oh, sorry, almost dropped a piece. Yeah. Completely distracted myself, apologies. So those are kind of all the large pieces that have gone in. And now it's all the detritus. I'm going to spend a hot minute just getting everything back in the studio so that we can have a little fun time putting the space all back together. And not gonna lie, but it didn't take as long as I thought it would. Although I'm now knackered and out of breath. However, everything is in. I do think it took longer to get it out of the car, simply because it was stacked in certain ways, whereas in the living room it was just scattered. But now everything is in here, so come on in and let's get this properly sorted, because I need to sort out other areas of the studio in order to get other bits in the correct place. I like to make life hard for myself, don't I? But hey, that's what happens when you don't have stuff in the studio for a month. You find homes for other things. And we are sorted. It feels really good to have everything kind of in its home. And I've managed to have a bit of a tidy of other stuff at the same time. Because, as I say, I just started leaving stuff everywhere. So now I can sit down, do some of the tasks that I need to get done over this week without having to worry about all my artwork in the rest of the house or how I'm going to put it away. I did turn my radiator off so I know that I've put artwork in front of it. Do not worry, the radiator is not on. It will not get affected by the heat. Also, it's the middle of summer, so if our radiators are on, something has gone terribly wrong. Anyhow, I will leave you be. Thank you for joining me today as I pack away from one of my biggest events in 2026, and I shall see you in the next one.